Good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's story time. So, as Diwali is approaching, I have tried to find some stories related to Diwali that I'm going to read to you today. Okay. So, why do we celebrate Diwali? What are the most common mythological stories that we have around it? One of the most famous stories, especially in North India, is the return of Lord Rama after the exile of 14 long years. And I'm reading this story from the website called mommyinme.com. Okay. Mostly in northern and central India, this is the reason of people celebrating Diwali. Lord Ram was the son of King of Ayodhya, Raja Dashrath, and he was married to Sita, daughter of King Janak. When King Dashrath decided Ram to be crowned as a king, his enraged stepmother hatched a plan and got him exiled from the town for 14 long years. The faithful prince obeyed his stepmother's wishes and went to the jungle with his wife Sita and brother Lakshman. As fate would have it, Ravan, the king of Lanka, kidnapped and took away Sita from the jungle to Lanka, now called Sri Lanka. There is even a bridge which has been shown by the pictures taken from space, which is known to be now as man-made. So this story is true. There is a bridge from the good thing about the bridge, the interesting thing is it is built in the shortest possible distance between India to Sri Lanka. The people must have known where exactly to make the bridge so that it is the shortest distance. And it was made using the stones and sand which do not belong to the same age. It means it did not exist naturally. They were brought there from somewhere else. That says that this is not a myth, this is a true story. Then Ram, with the help of Lord Hanuman and Sugriv, got into a war with Ravan, in which Ravan was killed and Ram got back Sita. As the expulsion of Ram from the town, from Ayodhya, was getting ended, it was on the day, it was a no moon day, okay, a new moon day. That is the day when Ram came home with Sita and Lakshman, returned back to Ayodhya. So since that day people decorated the whole of the town with rows and rows of diya, lit earthen pot. So lots of diya were lighted everywhere. And in Hindi, Dipavali means lines of diya. Deepavali, lines of diya. Because so many diyas were lit, so Bhagwan Ram said, see, lots of Deepavali to welcome us. So since then, this festival is being celebrated and it's called Deepavali. Hence, to welcome them back home, thousands of diyas and lights were lit throughout the city, and there was a wave of celebration, merriment all around. So this is one of the most popular stories. The other popular story is the story of Narsimha, who killed Hiranyakashipu. This story is mainly celebrated in South India, but is equally fascinating. In fact, it's quite popular in North India as well. It's just that it's not associated with the Kavalis that much. Narsimha means Nar means man and Simha means lion. Narsimha was the man lion incarnation of Lord Vishnu who came to save the earth from the evil king Hiranyakashipu. It's called that Lord Vishnu took 24 different incarnations on earth to save earth from different demons in different time periods, in different eras. Okay. And there is a 25th last one supposed to come sometime now. So the king had got a boon from Lord Brahma, God Brahma, due to his rigorous penance to please Brahma. So this evil king Hiranyakashipu, he prayed to God Brahma and he got a boon from him. What was the boon? That he could not be killed by any man or any animal. He could not be killed in day or night. He could not be killed inside the house or outside the house. So with this boon, he treated himself as God. He thought, now I cannot be killed at all. He wanted to be not killed at all. But then when God said that's not possible, he changed the language and formed it like that, his boon. So he unleashed the terror on every common person. But when Hiranyakaship's atrocities rose and gave rise to torment, Lord Vishnu reincarnated himself as Narsimha, half man and half lion. Thus, he was no longer a man nor an animal. And how did he kill Hiranyakaship? He killed Hiranyakaship with his claws. So it was not a war instrument. It was not a sword or anything like that. And he killed him just before the daybreak. So it was neither night nor day. And he killed him at the doorsteps, the border of the house. So it was not inside the house, neither outside. That's how he got to kill him. It was a win of happiness over the evil spirited king. Many temples in South India have his story carved on their pillars. And also in North India, lots of temples where they have all the 24 avatars of God incarnations. They have the story there as well. There are many different stories, but all the stories have the same essence. The main thing that all the stories teaches us is the same. It's the victory of truth over lies, good over evil, modesty over arrogance, humility over egoism, care over selfishness, and kindness over harshness. So that teaches us that these are the virtues we should try to imbibe and not let the demon of the other side grow in us, right? uh, People do worship kettles, and in other related religion, there are other ways of celebrating it. So this is another website which says tellatale.com, the lesser known stories about Diwali. There was another demon called Narkasur. Narkasur was the son of goddess Earth, Bhudevi, and Varaha, the third avatar reincarnation of Vishnu. He was the son of god and goddesses. Bhudevi sought a boon from Vishnu that Narkasur must be all powerful and must have a long life. Immersed in power, he conquered both the heaven and the earth. All the gods approached Vishnu and requested him to get rid of Narkasur. Vishnu assured them that he will kill Narkasur in his avatar as Krishna. Later, Krishna killed Narkasur and freed 16,000 women that he had forcefully kept as his slaves. To restore their dignity, Krishna married these women and gained all of them as wives. Krishna also killed Narkasur's general Mura, and thus he came to be known as Murari, the enemy of Mura or the killer of Mura. So that's how God has got so many different names based on the different deeds, things he did in his life. So with each one of them, he earned a new name. Before his death, Narkasur had requested a boon that his death should be celebrated with great pomp and show on earth. And this was thus the day that came to be celebrated as Diwali. That's another significant story. And then there are a couple more. Let me read them out to you today, okay? So on this day, Lord Mahavir, according to Zen text, Lord Mahavir, the 24th and the last Tirthankar, a teacher who preaches dharma, is said to have attained nirvana or moksha, means the final attainment, when his soul got merged with God's on the day of Diwali. So Lord Mahavir's soul is said to have become Siddh, the purest form of for a soul. And so they celebrate Diwali as Nirvana Day. Also, there's another story of rescue of goddess Lakshmi. King Mahabali was an extremely powerful king who ruled the earth once upon a time. He had defeated all the gods and he enslaved goddess Lakshmi herself. In his fifth avatar as Vaman, a dwarf Brahman Vishnu approached Mahabali and asked for 3 paces of land, 3 steps of land. Mahabali said, "All right, just 3 steps of land." Although his guru Shukracharya said, "No, no, don't agree. He doesn't look like a normal Brahmin." So what did God do? In 2 steps, Vaman covered 3 worlds: earth, heaven, and netherland. All the land that there was to be covered, he covered in 2 steps only. Unable to fulfill his promise and seeing the wrong of his ways, Bali offered his head as the third pace to Vishnu. So what did the god do? He stepped on it and pushed Bali to the netherland, that is the land under earth. Vaman thus rescued goddess Lakshmi from Bali's captivity. Thus, on this day, Lakshmi is worshipped. So, this is the story of why we worship Lakshmi, on goddess Lakshmi on this day. Okay. There's another story about coronation of King Vikramaditya. And then Pandava returned on this day after their exile. They had exile too. Maybe we can take it up some other time. Okay. Thank you for listening, everybody. Let me know how you liked our stories on Diwali. Bye bye.
Bye.